Hello, my name is Harley Talbot. I'm here tonight at El Paso Mexican Grill in Thibodaux, Louisiana. It's one of over 20 locations that belongs to the franchise. It's become one of the most popular Mexican restaurants here in Thibodaux. Being a contractor worker for over 2 years playing music here, I got to see the restaurant become pretty popular. With the addition of a bar since they opened in 2009, it's become a pretty hot spot for college students and people of all ages alike. But there is one thing that I think they can improve on, and that's their social media presence. In 2017, it's almost necessary that a company or business has a social media profile. While they do have a Facebook, it's mostly unused, and their Twitter could also use a little work. So, for this project, my group and I decided that we would tackle this project and hopefully better the business for themselves. When doing research to start this project, we realized that there was a few important aspects when it comes to starting a social media campaign. First off, we thought it would be smart to realize exactly what social media is.
Social media is a form of electronic communication through which users create online communities to share information, personal messages, and other content. Traditional media can be viewed as a one-way street, such as reading a newspaper or listening to the news on television, whereas social media can be seen as a two-way street, allowing users to communicate as well. There are many advantages to social media marketing, despite the cost and time that are involved.
MySpace was founded in 2003, and by 2006 had grown to be the most popular social network in the world. While Facebook started out as a Harvard-only social network back in 2004, it quickly expanded to other schools, then to high schools, businesses, and eventually everyone. While social media seems free, there are many costs to using social media marketing, such as time and money. The company's social media marketing budget will determine how much money the company has to spend. Monthly budgets could be anywhere from a few $100s to tens of thousands of dollars, including other costs through promotions, publications, production, etc. There are many advantages in social media marketing, such as segmentation and hashtags, targeting a specific audience for whom the company wants to advertise to. The first step should be to identify your target demographics, then study your target markets to understand how this product or service will add value to their lives. All of this information will then lead to deciding which social media platforms are best for your product or service. Hashtags increases viewing, create new customers, and increases brand awareness.
One major component of social media marketing is effectively portraying the message. Although social media is a great platform for communication, it is important that only useful content is being paid for. Social media is a huge benefit to any company, but it is important that costs are being appropriately allocated and controlled.
Caliente Mexican Cravings has an ideal model for formatting a Mexican restaurant's Facebook page. Important events and specials are easily accessible from the start. This ease of access to information is provided by an easy-to-read calendar of events that is pinned to the top of their news feed, a feature that is unused by most competitors. The page is currently liked by 4,852 accounts and has a rating of 4.4 stars. Unlike their competitors, Caliente understands the storytelling aspect of social media marketing. Besides typical food and drink special posts, Caliente posts often about the events they have, from live entertainment, karaoke, and family nights. They also share customer interactions as much as possible, which seems to generate more interest than food posts. Posts are always relevant to the time of the year and what is going on around their location.
The writing style used in posts can be a key difference maker in a successful social media marketing campaign. The first step that a marketer should identify is first to identify the target audience, determine objectives, select the appropriate channel, and decide how much time and effort can actually be invested. Once these things have been determined, it's time to start thinking of what type of content should be in your post. But remember, things like plain language, quick engagement, encouraging action, and answering the customer's question of what's in it for me are always key things to think about no matter which platform. Remember, each social media platform has different users with unique expectations. Understanding the wants and needs of your target audience is vital to effective writing. A great thing about social media marketing is audience segmentation.
Knowing your audience and what mediums to use can work as vital factors when implicating target marketing strategies into your plan. You should know things about your audience that will push you to inspire them to make further connections via social media. The number one component that catches the attention of consumers is the type of content provided by the business. The audience at El Paso includes locals that live around the Thibodeau area and customers of El Paso locations in different parts of Louisiana. El Paso uses mediums such as plain text, pictures, and videos of actual activities occurring in the restaurant. El Paso uses a wide variety of content to draw attention of locals while promoting different types of activities that relate to consumers. They hold contests, music performances, food and drink specials, and it's all dependent on the date.
Knowing your audience. Things you must know about your audience to inspire and connect in social media. Examining how your target market reacts to competitors. Social media pages gives insight on how you should approach them. It is important to first look at how your competitors engage with their audience and how that approach differs from yours. If your competitors have advantage over you, then look for which types of posts get most attention. A business will often use demographics to identify the ideal customer for the product, service, as well as spending habits. Looking into the demographic qualities of your product is one of the most important determinants in finding your audience or target market. Considering it covers an entire population, one demographic is especially important to consider: gender. Whether a product is created for male or female use is a huge factor in how businesses market and sell their product. Knowing what type of audience you have can allow you to set the best time to make your post. Throughout the day, there are times that social media users are more active on a medium than others. Most social mediums have a feed that updates consistently, so knowing when to send out a post is crucial to the amount of views the post might get. First, find what social medium is best to express your post to your audience. El Paso has both Facebook and Twitter accounts and uses about every service provided. Both Facebook and Twitter can be used to gain information from consumers to help fulfill customers' needs and wants. Both mediums have recently oriented a vote option in post. This, along with the consumer being able to leave feedback, gives them a voice. We all know Twitter and Facebook are known for plunging in the social media world and making a big impact on fellow users. Twitter started in 2006 and has since been upgraded and changed multiple times to stay relevant with competitors. 12 years later, there are many different social sites that share similar features. But in 2010, the social media world saw something that would change social media from that point on. The social media app Instagram emerged and had people amazed by the idea behind it. This was a social media site that included a picture every post. This is actually one of the best social mediums that you can use because it always gives up some type of visual content, making Instagram a goldmine for social media marketers. El Paso does not have an Instagram, and this is a social medium that they should consider exploring to gain customers' attention using pictures and videos. If I had to choose a social medium to use for a company I was representing, I would use Snapchat. Customers like feeling as if they were talking directly to a person while using social media. Social mediums such as Snapchat gives consumers an inside look on how business is ran.
El Paso lacks the use of multiple social mediums to help the business promote to different audiences and receive different types of feedback. El Paso does not have an Instagram account, which is a huge disadvantage to the company, and when trying to target customers using pictures as a reliable content, they failed at that. While operating within an industry evolving around food, you want your customer to be able to view content and feel as if they need to try the product.
There are two types of business interactions El Paso and other companies use on social media: B2B, business to business, and B2C, business to consumer. Business to business is when a company sells goods and services or interacts with other businesses, while B2C is selling goods and services or interacting with end user consumers. Using social media can be a great asset to a business interaction with consumers or other businesses. Interactions happen instantly using social media. This helps El Paso on Facebook and Twitter to communicate with their consumers on a real-time basis outside of the physical location of the restaurant. El Paso does a great job at connecting with its consumers on social media. They use pictures of menu specials, drinks, and events happening at the restaurant to connect with its consumers.
There are many reasons to use business to business and business to consumer interaction through social media for a company like El Paso. For business to business, they can use it for partnership with other companies to increase exposure, for even competitive reasons, such as El Paso and its in-industry rival La Casa, which is another Mexican restaurant in the same Thibodeau location. For business to consumer, they can use it for sales promotions, reviews, consumer feedback. It's a lot easier to get a hold of a consumer's feedback through social media than any other way. Customer service, and they can even use it to provide updates and information, maybe dates on some of their events. They like to host a lot of music events at their restaurants, so it's a lot easier to put this information out there to its consumers. When dealing with social media, companies like El Paso have to deal with feedback from its consumers. You could have positive feedback, neutral feedback, and also negative feedback. When responding to negative feedback, you want to be careful and look at these 5 tips. Be aware of your audience. Know that when using social media sites, it is a public site. Anybody can access your page, whether they have an account or not. Identify the feedback. What type of feedback is the consumer giving? Is it positive, neutral, negative? What are they giving feedback on? To be patient, be helpful, and also to respond quickly. You want to make sure that you respond within a 15-minute to an hour range.
El Paso does well with posting regularly on Twitter and responding to consumers quickly on social media. Their posts are usually replies to consumers asking questions and pictures promoting a band playing at the restaurant, or even posts that encourage consumer interaction. El Paso does a great job with consumer interaction on Twitter, but not as much on Facebook. They tend to post often, but consumer interaction is low. They need to work on interacting with customers on Facebook, making posts that encourage interactions like they do on Twitter. They also need to improve on their business-to-business interaction. From our research, we didn't find any B2B interaction through their social media. B2B interaction would help El Paso in a promotional effort while also bringing in new customers or consumers from another business.
So to conclude, having a good social media presence is pretty important for a business. There are a lot of different aspects that we covered that are very important in making sure that your profile reaches out to your audience and portrays the message that your brand is built on.